Hey everybody, welcome back to the weekly roundup. This is week 2. We're talking about critical thinking. So we're going to go over what we focused on in week 2 and specifically talk about the top 5 ideas in the modules and also look ahead to week 3. So we're going to start the timer and let's get going. Week 2 was all about critical thinking. Now, critical thinking is an important concept in nursing, probably one of the most important ideas. And so the activity that you were to complete was to help deepen your understanding of critical thinking, its relationship to critical inquiry, and what makes the two similar, but also unalike. And so if you completed that activity, hopefully you've got a better sense of that. I will be providing you with some feedback to help you deepen your understanding between the two. But essentially, what we're trying to impart is this idea that critical inquiry should form the overall lens with which you use as a nurse to practice day to day. And critical thinking is an important tool that you need to be able to master to be able to engage through a critical inquiry lens. And more practically, it impacts your ability to have good clinical judgment. So the better your critical thinking is, the better your clinical judgment. This week's top 5 ideas. Number 1, critical thinking in nursing is essential. Critical thinking is like a nurse's secret weapon. It's about more than just thinking. It's about thinking carefully, logically, and intentionally. In nursing, this skill helps us to make decisions, solve complex problems, and improve patient care. It's something we use every day, but surprisingly, it's more talked about than taught, which is what this module aimed to do. Number 2, critical thinking is about being reflective and analytical. We often hear the term critical thinking, but not a lot of us really understand what it is. At its core, critical thinking is about being analytical and reflective. It's the ability to assess information, question assumptions, and arrive at well thought out conclusions. In nursing, we apply it by analyzing patient data, considering different perspectives, and making informed decisions that lead to the best outcomes for our patients. Number 3, critical thinking is about how you think, or metacognition. One of the most important aspects that I just mentioned in number 2 was reflection. But this isn't just about thinking, it's about thinking about how you think. When nurses reflect, they take a step back, review their decisions, and learn from both their successes and their mistakes. This reflective process is crucial because it helps nurses refine their skills and deliver better patient care. Number 4, critical thinking and critical inquiry work together. So in the activity you did in this module, that was the focus, to get an understanding of the relationship between critical thinking and critical inquiry. So you might be wondering, how are they related? Well, they're deeply connected. Critical inquiry is a process we use to question and investigate issues in healthcare. And critical thinking is a tool we use to do that effectively. While critical thinking helps us to analyze and reason, critical inquiry drives us to challenge the status quo and seek solutions that benefit patient care and the healthcare system broadly. So you can think of critical inquiry as the overall lens with which we practice, and critical thinking is a tool that we use in our practice. Number 5, critical thinkers embody certain traits. Being a critical thinker means embodying certain traits. Critical thinkers need to be open-minded, curious, and intellectually honest. It also means being confident in your ability to question what you see and being persistent in finding the right solutions. These traits make nurses not only great decision makers, but they also help them to advocate for patient safety and quality care. That's it. Those are the top 5 ideas for Module 2. What's up for week 3? Week 3 is all about information literacy. So we're building on towards this idea of what are the skills and the knowledge we need to be able to find evidence and use it most effectively. So the other thing that's happening in week 3 is that you're likely going to be working on your assignment that's due next week in week 4 at the end of the week. And this assignment is about information literacy and your ability to apply the skills that you have related to information literacy. I will post another video that is going to go over the assignment in more detail if you're having some difficulty interpreting that. All right, so that's it. I think we got that in 5 minutes. At the end of this video, there are some practice questions for you to consider now that you've gone through week 2. We'll see you next time.